Hello, I'm Seungjae Jung from the Triple Excel Lab. Today, I'd like to talk about a recent paper presented at SIGGRAPH 2026. The paper starts from a simple question. Can we predict global illumination directly from a 3D scene without explicitly simulating all the light transport at inference time? To understand why this question is important, let's first look at what global illumination is and why it is so expensive to compute. So what exactly is global illumination? In a rendered image, light can reach a surface in different ways. The simplest case is direct illumination, where light travels directly from a light source to the surface. But light can also bounce off other surfaces before reaching that point. This is called indirect illumination. These indirect bounces create effects such as color bleeding and illumination in regions that are not directly exposed to the light source. So global illumination accounts for these light interactions across the entire scene. The challenge is that once we consider multiple bounces, the number of possible light passes becomes enormous. So how do we compute all of these light passes? A standard solution is path tracing. Instead of evaluating every possible path, path tracing uses Monte Carlo sampling to sample a finite number of light passes and estimate the final illumination. The problem is that with only a small number of samples, the result is noisy. We can reduce this noise by tracing more samples, but that also increases the rendering cost. So there is a clear trade-off. More samples give us a better estimate, but require more computation. And this computational cost motivates the problem addressed in this paper. So if path tracing is expensive, a natural question is, can we learn global illumination with a neural network? There have already been several approaches, but each has an important limitation. Per-scene method can work well, but they usually need to be trained again for every new scene. Screen space method can generalize better, but they only observe the current view, so they can miss light transport coming from off-screen geometry. More recent 3D transformer-based methods reason directly in world space, but global attention becomes very expensive as the scene grows. So what we really want is a method that is generalizable, operates directly in 3D, and scales to complex scenes. So how does this paper address these requirements? The key idea is very simple. Global encode, local decode. First, the model looks at the entire 3D scene and encodes the global light transport into a set of 3D latent embeddings. Then, when we want to shade a particular surface point, the decoder only looks at a small number of nearby embeddings. So the expensive global reasoning is handled by the encoder, while rendering each query becomes a local operation. This separation is the key idea that allows the methods to scale to much more complex scenes. Now let's look at how the scene is represented. Instead of directly using the original mesh topology, the method converts the scene into a point-based representation. It samples about 20,000 scene points from the surfaces, and each point contains its position, normal, albedo, and emissivity. The key advantage is that the network representation is no longer tied to the number of vertices or triangles in the original mesh. These scene points will then be used to build the global light transport embedding. Now these scene points are passed to the light transport encoder. First, the model aggregates information from nearby points, so each feature contains richer local scene information. These features are then processed by Point Transformer v3, which allows information to propagate over much larger regions of the scene without using expensive global attention. The output is a latent feature attached to each scene point, which the authors call the light transport embedding. So the idea is to encode the global light context into these 3D latent features before we actually start shading individual pixels. Now let's see how we actually shade the pixel using this embedding. During rendering, a camera ray hits the surface and this intersection becomes a quarry point. Instead of looking at the entire scene again, the decoder retrieves only the 32 nearest light transport embeddings around that point. It then uses local cross attention to combine those features and predict the indirect irradiance at the quarry point. Importantly, the decoder does not directly generate the final RGB image. It predicts the indirect illumination at each surface point. This this predicted global illumination is then combined with separately computed direct lighting and visible emission to produce the final rendering. So how is the model trained? Instead of supervising the network with rendered images from fixed camera views, the authors directly sample quarry points on the 3D surfaces. For each quarry point, they generate ground truth irradiance using the path tracing with 1024 rays per point. This means the model runs light transport directly in world space rather than in image space. Importantly, path tracing is used only to generate the training targets. At inference time, the model only takes the 3D scene configuration as input. Now let's look at the research on unseen scenes. The model is evaluated without any power scene retraining. In challenging cases such as hallways, where the light source is far away or partially occluded, the method still captures indirect illumination, including color bleeding and soft shadows. Overall, the method shows strong quantitative performance in both MSE and SSIM compared to the baselines. The research looked promising, but one of the main contributions of this paper is actually scalability. Previous 3D transformer approaches use global attention, so the cost grows quadratically as the scene becomes more complex. In this method, the encoder scales linearly with the number of scene points, and each query only accesses a fixed number of nearby embeddings. As we can see in this figure, the memory gap becomes much larger as the number of scene primitives increases. So the key advantage is that scene complexity and rendering resolution are no longer tightly coupled. So to conclude, this paper introduces a generalizable 3D representation for learning global light transport. The key idea is to separate the problem into global encoding and local decoding, which makes the method scalable to much more complex scenes. However, there are still several limitations. The model can produce artifacts on out of distribution scene. It is less effective for high-frequency specular transport, and the current implementation is not yet real-time. So my main takeaway is that this method is best viewed as a learned 3D light cache that complements path tracing rather than replacing it. Thank you for watching.